Esteemed guests, we are now honored to learn about Syria, the cradle of civilizations, as presented by the famous and internationally renowned expert and scholar, Dr. القطامين. Please, the stage is yours.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Or, in Austrian, Guten Abend. Or, Ramsha Tava. Do you happen to know what is the meaning of Ramsha Tava? Anyone? Yes? No? No one knows what is Ramsha Tava? I'm very happy that no one knows what is Ramsha Tava. Should anybody know the meaning of the word, I would have ruined my speech. So thank you very much for that. Actually, Ramsha Tava is good evening in Aramic language. Not Arabic, Aramic. Aramic is the language of Jesus Christ and is the language of ancient Syria. I don't blame you for not knowing what is the meaning of Ramsha Tava, as only 1 to 2 million persons around the world know the meaning of this sentence, and most of them reside today in Syria. This language is recognized today by the UNESCO as an endangered language. And sadly, after 3,000 years of its existence, it may soon become extinct. As a Jordanian, I will talk to you tonight about Greater Syria, as this term comprises Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, and Jordan. I am a Jordanian from Syria who will talk tonight about Syria, but Syria to Syrians is not a country or a geographical territory. Rather, it is a story, and it is not a story that could be told. Rather, it is lived and passed by generations, not through letters and words, but through civilized prints and culture that is left behind on the face of time. So, for example, if you are a civilization lover, you will definitely find parts of this history in each one of the 30 civilizations that lived in Syria. The Babylons, Akkadians, Kurds, Aramic, Sumerians, Nabateans, Romans, and many, many more. But if you are auditory and have a tendency to learn through hearing, then you will enjoy the story told by the bell ringing of churches in Bethlehem, where Jesus Christ was born. Or you will view very interesting parts of the story on the stunning stone monuments of the rose city of Petra, which was carved 3,000 years ago and became one of the 7 wonders of the world. However, if you love nature, you will feel the warmth of the Syrian story in a Syrian morning sunbeam, or you will experience it as sadness carried by the last Jerusalem sunbeam before a sunset. The story of Syria is full of symbols, magic, and mystery, and does not tell everything at once. Rather, it passes its wisdom to a generation after another. Whenever we try to find the very beginning of the story of Syria, we realize that Syria has no beginning and surely has no end. Although the story of Syria did not start with the birth of the many prophets that lived in or passed through Syria, you will find it in their prophecies, and you will find it in every prayer and every moment you feel close to God. Ladies and gentlemen, although I can't tell you the story of Syria, I am honored to inform you that I am standing before you tonight to deliver to you a message from Syria. Thus, I stand before you as a messenger. While I was preparing myself to come to Austria, a gentle breeze with Damascus jasmine scent, filled with mist from Dijla wal Furat, Tigris and Euphrates rivers, tickled me and said, "O traveler, the son of the desert and the Dead Sea, you are destined to meet sacred Austria, the land of immortal music, romance, and pride. Listen to me very carefully, O traveler, and do as you are destined to do. Stand by the Danube River and free your soul. Soon it will be embraced by the soul of the great Austrian composer Strauss. And tell him, Ram Shatava, and thank him for enabling Syria to dance the waltz, and tell him that all lovers in Syria danced in the moonlight to the tunes of his glorious music and those of Mozart, long before they had to dance to the tunes of bullets and explosions. And probably, that's why they found in their hearts a space for accepting the stark contrast. Tell both great musicians that Syria sends you her love and gives you a gift. It gives you the oldest musical notation in history, which was found in Ogarit, Syria, on a clay tablet dating back to 3,400 years. Tell them to look after the soul of its creator, as I am sure his soul will not find rest but in Vienna, just like the soul of Beethoven and close to the souls of Strauss, Mozart, Haydn, and all genius musicians that have ever existed. The soft breeze whispered again in my soul and said, in your gala dinner, O my messenger, please ask the guests to look around them and appreciate the beauty of the place. I am sure you will dine in a fine place in Vienna, and I am sure you will be in a large hall made primarily from concrete. Tell the guests that concrete was first discovered in Syria 6,400 years ago. And do thank the Austrian concrete for elegantly accepting to play the role of a silent host of such a fine gathering, rather than collapsing on the heads of Syrian children. The breeze urged me to search in Vienna for the soul of that great Austrian scientist, Karl Landsteiner, who in the year 1900 discovered the blood groups A, B, AB, and O. Do find his soul and deliver to him a message from the soul of the great Syrian scientist Ibn al-Nafis, who in the year 1242 discovered the pulmonary circulation, the blood circulation. The message to Landsteiner is in fact a question. Dear Karl, when you analyzed blood groups, did you discover a blood group that is worthless or has no value? Can you tell the world which blood group does the Syrian blood belong to? Is it really outside A, B, AB, and O? At this very moment, And as I realized that the message is getting really heavy and utterly complicated, I tried to disappear. But the breeze followed me swiftly and said, "Finally, my hope, I want you to find the Austrian neurologist and founder of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud, and ask him the following question. Aren't you the one who once said, civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock? If that is true, for humanity's sake, please tell us if we can call it a civilization that allows an angry person to cast a bullet instead of a word." Oh, my dear traveler, although the dead don't ever come back, but Freud's soul might explain to your soul, why would anyone in the world plant or allows the planting of bombs in the Fertile Crescent in Syria, which is the most fertile place on this planet? The breeze said to me, "This is my message, and you must be proud that I chose you to deliver it to glorious Austria, which I am sure it will deliver it to the rest of the world in its own words, as Vienna knows that Syria is where the first alphabet in history was found." Ladies and gentlemen, we meet tonight with many shared values, particularly the values of mutual respect, peace, understanding, and friendship. We carry within our souls many rhymes that are not yet composed, many poems that are not yet written, many wishes that are not yet fulfilled, and many prayers that are not yet answered. We meet for a better, brighter, and prosperous future. But would there be a brighter future? Unwarranted and unexplained suffering, agony, and pain? Dear friends, God is my witness. I have delivered the message. And please accept my invitation to each and every one of you to become honorable messenger of Syria. Syria deserves that, and you surely deserve the honor. As the historian André Parrot once said, every cultured man belongs to two nations, his own and Syria. Finally, I would like to say once again, Ram Shatava. Please don't tell me that you don't know what is the meaning of Ram Shatava, because after 10 minutes of talking, if you don't know the meaning, I will straight go to the airport, back to Jordan, never give a speech again. Ram Shatava, good evening, and thank you all very, very, very much.